let's talk about the five levers of bonus depreciation, Mitchell. You kind of coined this. Several people have ripped off your Twitter thread and claimed it as their own. But how do we know how much bonus depreciation are we going to get, and how much will I save in taxes if I buy real estate? I think it all kind of comes around these five levers plus a little bonus here.
When the people rip you off, that just means you're doing it right. Hermosi had a good tweet where he was talking about the guy who like invented pockets is was just furious when when they all like ripped off pockets, and he's like, I thought of pockets. Um, so yeah, there you go. So the five levers of bonus, it really is a great way to think about this to kind of ballpark in your head what you might save. And we'll talk about our calculator in a second. But yeah, the lever one, like you talked about, land versus improvement. In your example, it was 200K of land and 800K of improvement. If that storage facility was on the top of a hill in Big Sur, California, it may not even be worth ever bonusing that thing because, look, you're just not going to get anything. Lever two is the kind of percent of 1245 property. So you were talking about in your example where
Let's
they
talk about the
found,
difference of industrial and storage because that's a
yeah,
pretty vast difference. Like the amount of 1, 2, 4, 5 or
or
shorter lifespan property.
the gas station is the ultimate example of like the dirty secret is the gas station is 100% 1245 property. It's one of these kind of like inexplicable things, but there it is versus, when you are talking about an industrial building that is literally a concrete floor and steel walls and a, couple of industrial lights, there's just no 1245 property versus your storage facilities. They have the movable walls a lot of times. They have the overhead doors. They have just a
A lot of
lot of,
stormwater.
yeah, a lot of grading and stormwater and different outdoor, fencing and stuff like that. So they just come out ahead. Then lever three, like we had talked about before, the percentage of leverage. Back when you could 80% lever apartments and get 30%
You could get
1245 property.
3.5% debt and buy a five
Yeah.
cap, and every dollar you borrow is more money in your pocket every month.
Yeah. And you were putting $1 million down to go buy a $10 million apartment building, and you were getting $2.5 million of bonus depreciation year one, and life was good. Um, and that, so
So
the
as you can
people
use
who,
less bank debt, you get less juice on your money for bonus depreciation.
seller carry and seller financing is a huge opportunity right now of the people who are doing, creative financing. Like if you can go take over somebody's note and limit the equity you put in a deal, the more leverage you have on a deal and the less equity you have in a deal, you're just going to, as a matter of, math, get a higher return on your equity with bonus out there.
But it's also way riskier too. It's a double-edged sword.
Oh, a little bit, a little bit. There's a thing about that. And so then, yeah, lever four is your tax rate. If you're already in a 0% tax rate, to get more losses doesn't get you anything. If you're we talk about the best couple out there in real estate is the lawyer, doctor, professional with the real estate pro spouse,
Yeah,
which
we're
will.
going to talk about that. That's important.
But if you're in the 40% tax bracket forever because you're an endodontist, and then your spouse is out there getting losses, and every dollar they lose saves you 40 cents, life's good. And then lever five, percentage of bonus allowed. We're in this right now. It's 60%. We had this bill in the House that was going to retroactively take it back to 100 until 2025, and it got shot down last week in the Senate because of I don't know, they killed our beautiful bill. So it was a
It'll be
sad
back.
day.
I have a feeling it'll be
It'll be
back.
back. Um, yeah, I think it will be. This could be cope, but I think it will be back. Just there's a lot of reasons. And then lever six is, what does it cost you to buy the study versus, and I have a seventh lever, which is really just, again, we've said this whole thing's a timing difference. Now, when you can front load bonus depreciation, your time value of money really means something when you get 5% on treasuries.
Yeah, because basically this is a tax-free loan from the government. We're going to talk about interest-free loan from the government. We're going to talk about recapture and what happens when we pay this stuff back. Eventually, we will have to pay this money. Eventually, it's
Yep.
only a matter of time. But we are kicking the can down the road, and if I can save $50,000 of taxes today and pay it 5 years from now, I can put this money in any kind of investment at this moment and get 5% risk-free from an interest rate in treasuries or in a savings account. So pretty high value.
Big news, guys. I created a free PDF that details my method on how I analyze a self-storage facility and figure out what it's worth. Give me a pen, the back of a napkin, and a couple metrics, and I can figure out about what the property is going to be worth to me. If you want to download this PDF, click in the show notes, the first link, and you can give me your email address, and you get a email right away with 4-page PDF that outlines exactly how I think about underwriting or giving my initial analysis on a self-storage facility. Again, click the link in the show notes, and you're going to get that document for free. This episode of The Nick Huber Show is brought to you by RE CostSeg. If you want to maximize your bonus depreciation and minimize your tax liability, make sure to do a cost segregation study on real estate you've recently acquired. RE CostSeg offers the lowest priced, fully engineered studies in the business, and you get a virtual site visit with a quick turnaround. They did 30 plus cost seg studies for me over the past year, including a short-term rental, along with my self-storage facilities. And I'm also an investor in the business, along with my good friend and CPA, Mitchell Baldridge, who you all know. To learn more about how bonus depreciation works, listen to episode 75 of The Nick Huber Show, or visit recostseg.com to go ahead and get a free proposal that outlines the cost of the study and your potential savings. Thanks again, recostseg.com.